Today you're going to learn how to be a modern fullback from Lucy Bronze, who now has 15 years of pro football experience under her belt. Being a fullback that your team can count on is one of the hardest things to do on the pitch, as you have to constantly support in attack and defense. You are also going to receive the knowledge that only players in well-established clubs that have a performance analyst have access to. Now, if you're wondering why you need to be listening to me, I am Amrit, a football performance analyst, and watching game footage is what I do all day long. Now in this first clip, Lucy is making an underlapping run and dragging this player with her as the ball is played out to the winger. Now she runs in behind the Leicester City fullback and receives the ball from her winger. She stops the ball, and right now she's in a 1v1 situation. And because she's not a dribbler, she drops slightly, allowing her midfielder to come and support her. And now she's created a 2v1, an advantage for herself. And as she does this, she's also created this space for her to attack into. Now she makes a combination play with her midfielder, finds the space in behind the defender that she created earlier, and puts a cross first time into the box. Now in this next clip, Bronze is moving out wide to provide width and support for her centre-back so that she can receive a pass from her. Now look at the details here. Her back is facing the byline, which allows her to see the entire pitch. And as the ball is moving towards her, she flips her hips, and before she even receives the ball, her entire body is already facing the direction that she wants to run into. This gives her a head start against her opponent. Now she receives the ball and takes a touch forward and moves with the ball. She picks her head up, spots Kerr, and makes the pass. Now she knows that the ball will come back to her for her 1-2, so she moves inside for a combination play. She receives it again, plays it to Nusken, and now she occupies the space that Kerr left. Now the entire time she's making this play, she's staying on the blind side of Caitlin Ford, and as Kerr plays the ball back to Lucy and the ball is travelling towards her, she makes a critical scan to see where the space is. She receives it and does not rush the pass. She holds the ball and times her pass so well that Kerr is able to make a first-time cross into the box. Now in this third clip, Lucy moves up the pitch slowly and the ball is in the box with Ramirez. Ramirez moves out wide and signals to Kerr to take up the space that she's left. When Kerr moves, this opens up space for Lucy to move wide and support Ramirez. She receives the ball and makes a first-time cross into the box, giving her team a chance at goal. Now based on these clips, how do you apply this to your own game? Now in the modern game, to be an effective fullback, you have to go up the pitch and help your team in attack. You also have to constantly communicate with your winger so that you guys are able to create chances for each other and not run into each other's space. If you want to make an underlapping run, signal to your winger to move out wide so that you have the half space to run into. If you want to make an overlapping run, get your winger to move inside so that you have the half space to work with. You can also move out to the flanks and do a combination play with your winger, as we've seen in the clips, and this can help create a chance for your winger to put a cross into the box. Now, two other things that we can see from these clips that we've spoken in the previous video is timing and scanning. Now, when it comes to timing, earlier is not always better, and there's a different decision to be made in every situation. In this same clip, we see that first Lucy Bronze moves early, but then later she delays the pass and holds onto the ball to make an accurate and well-timed pass. And in both situations, she made the decision accordingly, and it was the right decision to make. Now, when it comes to scanning, developing your critical scan is so crucial. Having enough trust on your abilities to look away from the ball so that you can gather the information from your surroundings to make the best possible decision in the moment is what is going to separate you from the crowd. Now, if you're looking to improve your game 2 minutes at a time, then check out my free email newsletter in the description box down below. Now in this clip, Chelsea is out of possession and the ball is on the opposite end of where Lucy Bronze is. Right now, she tucks in to prevent a large gap between her and her centre-back. In this moment, this player is more dangerous than this one. If the ball does travel out to this wide player, she can always move into the space to cover her. But if she stays wide in her regular position and she opens up a gap for this player to run into, When the ball is played, not only will this player be through on goal, but she'll also be on the blind side of this centre-back, which means the centre-back will probably not be able to get back in time to defend her. Now in this other clip, Millie Bright is slightly higher than the defensive line, so Lucy Bronze tucks in centrally to defend these two players. Even though her marker is Caitlin Ford and she is offered loads of space, Ford in this moment is not as much of a threat as these two players are, and that's why she has to deal with these two first. Now in this clip, the goalkeeper plays the ball and it falls to the Aston Villa player. Immediately, Bronze drops to defend this zone, also known as the half space. She realizes that she's in a 2v1, so she tells one of her teammates to latch onto the player in the center. Her hips are facing side on because that's where she wants to lead the winger, but here the winger chooses not to cross and goes backward. Now as the pass is played, Lucy Bronze makes a scan to her left and notices that this player is about to make a run in behind. She holds her position in the half space and is able to make a crucial interception of the pass. Now in a defensive role, this half space is what you want to be covering. This is where wingers want to operate, and your job as a fullback is to make sure that your opposing winger has the worst possible game of their life. Even if you don't win the ball, forcing the play backwards is a job well done. Now when out of possession, if your centre-back pushes up, your job as a fullback is to tuck in centrally and act as the centre-back. Always defend the centre areas first because that is the most dangerous area and it's the easiest to score from. It takes more time for the ball to travel from one corner to the other than it does from the corner to the centre. Now this, in my opinion, is what not to do as a fullback. Here Bronze is dropping and the ball is out on the flank. Her teammate has already covered this player. Bronze drops, but just as this Leicester player cuts inside, Lucy Bronze makes the decision to step in and try and block the pass. She doesn't block the pass and leaves this space for the Leicester player to attack into, allowing them to score a goal. Now I'm not saying that it's entirely her fault, but if she had covered this zone, instead of choosing to step and block the pass, she would have blocked this player from getting into the box and creating a chance. Now if you're a fullback looking to understand how a striker operates, then check out this video of Vivianne Miedema where I break down her best plays and explain to you what the best strikers in the world do.